name's Caden Campbell, and I'm excited to speak to you guys today about kind of a controversial topic to some people. First, I'll ask how many of you on a regular basis consume caffeine? And if you do, how many of you actually know what it's doing to your body? Because I have done some research, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. So as most of you know, I work 12-hour shifts at my job, and so that's quite lengthy. And we also are pretty busy in life, generally speaking. So for quite some time, I've been using caffeine, and I'll drink from anywhere between 200 to 300 milligrams of caffeine in a day. And that's the kind of reaction that I thought I was going to get. But just so you know, I've done plenty of research, and you're going to see after I'm finished with my speech how that can be very beneficial to you. First, I'll talk about some of the popular forms of caffeine and how it's widely used. And then I'll talk about some myths, and I'll debunk those for you. And then I'll talk about the benefits of consuming caffeine. So the most popular drink with caffeine in the United States and throughout the world is coffee. So coffee, the reason why that is, first, is because it's so affordable. It's not very expensive. And so a lot of employers, hotel lobbies, car services, dealerships, they'll offer it to people for free, complimentary. So in the Book of Incredible Information, it was 2019, it's on howstuffworks.com, look it up. They said that it was the most common beverage, coffee. In 2016, the Journal of Nutrition said that the leading drink in the United States was coffee, and 75% of people in the United States consume coffee, and that 49% of them actually consume it daily. So that being said, I actually prefer energy drinks. So I'll touch on that just a little bit. I prefer those because of taste, strength, and because it gives me flexibility as far as calories are concerned. So in 2010, Time Magazine actually published an article that spoke about that, and they found that millennials lean the same way, that they tend to go towards energy drinks. But preference aside, in 2017, the National Center of Biotechnical Information at the National Library of Medicine found that 85% of adults in the United States consume caffeine, and it's roughly about 180 milligrams a day. So this is over double of what was found in 1981 by Dr. Gilbert. So you can see how over time the consumption has increased. So these kind of trends obviously led the FDA to have to do their own research to come out with things about health. And so in 2018, they came out and said that consuming up to 400 milligrams a day of caffeine was proven to show no known side effects. You know, that was all right. So, given a little bit of popularity there, I'll go ahead and go into my next topic about misconceptions about caffeine. So, there's an article on medicalnewstoday.com, and it was reviewed by Dr. Deborah Weatherspoon, and she has a PhD in medicine. She's an RN and a CRNA. The article was written in 2018, so it's pretty relevant. And the first thing they mention in there is that people think caffeine is addictive, and it isn't actually. And the reason why that is because it doesn't travel the same addictive path, or the same path that addictive things would in your body. It actually travels a different path. Another misconception is that caffeine can cause osteoporosis, which is brittle bones. But despite research efforts, this is yet to be confirmed. So the third thing is that caffeine will dehydrate you, which isn't true also. It can it can cause you to have more frequent urinations, but because of the fluid that you're taking in with the caffeine, that typically balances out just fine. So, given a little bit of those myths, debunking those, now I'll move on to some of the benefits about consuming caffeine. So caffeine has quite a number of physical, emotional, and cognitive benefits. In that same article that was reviewed by Dr. Deborah Weatherspoon, this is where I got this information. She said that it can help with weight loss because it could suppress the appetite. It could also boost metabolism, and it will also enhance when taken before exercise. It will enhance physical performance. So, also in that same article, she talked about how it can lower the risk of kidney stones, cancer, stroke, eye cataracts, and that it can even boost the or improve the colon and the liver in the body. So, in 2019, this year, latest research from the Institute of Scientific Information on Coffee came out and said that caffeine definitely improves alertness and attention, and that it can protect against depression, and it actually has a mood boosting effect when consumed. So, there was a study done in 2014 at Johns Hopkins University, and this is what was really most interesting to me throughout all of my research, is that they found that they proved that caffeine was helping enhance a deeper memory retention. So within the study, it showed long-term benefits to protect, and it also showed that it could protect against cognitive decline disease like dementia or Alzheimer's. So, so to kind of wrap it all up for you and to conclude my speech, I know that I only mentioned a few of the benefits. There are quite a number more benefits, and I'm sure there are a number more myths. But I was able to talk about caffeine with you guys today, and I was able to talk about how popular it is. I touched on myths and misconceptions, and then I was able to tell you guys about benefits from consuming caffeine. So I hope you guys enjoyed this speech, and I hope that in the near future you'll be able to take advantage of